Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Rachel, and if you're not subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Today I'm going to be talking about my opinions on the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation. As you can see, I've used up the whole tube, so I think I have some pretty good developed thoughts on it. If you have been following my Project Pan, you have some kind of idea of what I think about this foundation, but I want to do a more comprehensive review. So starting off with the basics, NYX is cruelty free, which is always a plus when it comes to makeup. This foundation is around $7.50. Of course, that price will vary depending on which drugstore you're purchasing it from. There is 1.18 fluid ounces of product, which is the equivalent of 35 mils, which is a little bit more than your standard 1 fluid ounce for foundation, so you are getting a little bit more product for your money. There are 30 shades in this foundation, which is amazing, and the shades range from fair to dark, so that's always really great. So for the claims of this foundation, the NYX website says, the Stay Matte But Not Flat liquid foundation provides full coverage with a mineral-enriched matte finish and accommodates more skin tones than ever. The oil-free and water-based formula is perfect for both day and nighttime wear. So I don't find that this foundation is a full coverage. I think it has more of a medium coverage, and I can't really build it up to full coverage. I could still see some like dark spots and things like that peeking through when I do wear this. And I feel like the matte finish isn't a powder matte finish. It's more of a natural satin matte finish that looks like skin. So if you have very dry skin, I wouldn't be nervous about using this because it isn't that super dry powder matte finish. So moving on to the pros and cons of this foundation. So starting off with the pros, and the list is a little bit short. So the first pro is the good shade range. Being inclusive of all skin tones is very important, and I do give NYX props for having 30 shades. The second pro that I have listed is the amount of product you get. As I mentioned earlier, you do get more than the standard fluid ounce. And then the last pro that I have listed is that it doesn't cling to any dry patches. I use this during the winter time when my skin is very dry, and I didn't feel like it emphasized any texture or dry patches on my skin, which is really great because my skin was having a really rough winter time. Now on to the cons. So if you've been watching my Project Pans, you know every time I mention this product, I'm like, I hate this foundation, because I don't like this foundation. I really don't like it, and here are all the reasons why. So first of all, this broke up so bad on my skin. I have very oily skin for reference, and foundations break up on my skin all the time because I am so oily, but I have never had a foundation break up so bad on my skin like this foundation did. It may have broken up very badly because this foundation is water-based, and if you know basic science, like water and oil don't mix, so that could be why it broke up so badly on my skin. So since it broke down so badly on my skin, it was like very patchy within like 3 or 4 hours of wearing it, and it would just slide around my face. And I've tried some other water-based products before, and that hasn't happened to me, so I'm not quite sure if that's the reason why it broke up so bad. And another reason why I just don't like it is because it didn't work for me in the wintertime when my skin was so dry. Even though my skin was very dry in the wintertime, it would still look patchy, it would still slide around, and my face wasn't even that oily, which was super confusing to me. So another thing that I didn't like is that you could see it sitting on top of your skin. I feel like it didn't mesh well with my skin, it didn't blend in and look natural. Like you could see that I was wearing foundation, and this wasn't a very full coverage foundation, so there really was no reason for it to be obvious that I was wearing makeup. I also feel like it bunched up around my nose when it started to break up. I would see like within a few hours, I would see like foundation sitting in the creases of my nose area, which never a cute look. Because this foundation says stay matte, so you would think it would be good for oily skinned people, but it was just horrendous on my skin, and I honestly couldn't even wear it for more than an hour in the summertime, because if I wore it for more than an hour, it would honestly look so bad and so greasy. It did not control my oils in the slightest. So for foundation comparisons, I don't really have foundation I can compare to this one because it was honestly that bad. I don't think I've ever tried a foundation that was this bad. So who's it good for and who's it bad for? So if you're oily in any way, shape, or form, run away from this foundation because it does not do well with oil on your skin. Just no, if you're even the slightest bit oily, even if you're combo, just run. Don't even try or bother. It looks horrendous. But even if you had dry skin, I'm not sure if I would recommend it. If you had dry skin, I don't think it would break up as badly on you. However, I would still be wary of the way it sits on the skin because it does look very obvious, as I mentioned earlier. So even if it doesn't break up on you, you could still tell that you're wearing foundation. So if you don't mind that look, you might not mind this foundation, but for me personally, I don't like looking like I'm wearing foundation, so I would just skip it. So as you can see, I have used up the whole tube, so I have found a way to make this foundation work. So the way I made this work was by mixing it with a very, very dry matte foundation. I mixed it with my Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot foundation. That's like a liquid to powder foundation. So since that foundation was so matte and dried down to a powder finish, it was able to prolong the wear of this foundation and prevent it from breaking up as badly. So I was able to finish up the foundation. But when I did wear it, I only wore it for days where I was only wearing makeup for like maximum like 5 hours. If I knew I needed to wear my makeup to last more than 5 hours, I wouldn't wear this, because even when I mixed it, it didn't last more than 5 hours on me. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys found this video helpful and will in the future avoid this foundation, because it does not get my stamp of approval. It's honestly one of the worst foundations I've ever tried. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. If there's something I missed in this video, don't forget to leave a comment down below, and I would be happy to answer that question for you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!